Hello and welcome to our project for BCM 325. Our digital artifact is a part of the Future Cultures course. So our task was to imagine what our world might look like in the future and tell the audience about it. As part of this project, we created a podcast to provide our ideas in a fun way. My partner and my friend Sabira and I have a podcast called After the Apocalypse and consists of 4 episodes of about 6 minutes each.
Before our work, Yana and I set a goal to explore in detail and tell people how modern technologies can limit human freedom. Then our idea was to make our podcast a way to explore ideas about the future through the prism of the impact of biopolitics and limited autonomy on society.
We wanted to inspire the audience to think about what our world could turn into if people don't start to consciously approach the use of technology and its introduction into public life. Where is the line between innovation and interference in personal space?
Our team hopes that our version of the future and reflections on this topic will help everyone better understand the role of technology in shaping the future and look at it through the prism of their own responsibility.
In our work, we have explored various aspects of technology and their impact on humanity. With the help of the topics studied in the lectures, we decided how we want to see the atmosphere of our world and chose cyberpunk and cyberspace as the key topics for the plot of our story. Initially, our podcast was built on a simple narrative. We used voiceovers but didn't involve characters or dialogues. This helped to create a foundation but limited audience engagement. In addition, the sound quality left much to be desired. The speaker's voice was sometimes lost against the background of the music, which reduced the comfort of perception. The style of presentation of the material was too monotonous, which was suitable for the first episode, but did not contribute to the development of dynamics.
Our interaction with the audience mainly occurred when students listened to our podcast during class. Listeners noted several positive aspects of our podcasts, such as an amazing start, good sound effects, good voice acting. At the same time, the audience provided constructive feedback on what needs to be improved. Sound level, character voices, transitions between dialogues, reading the script.
After receiving feedback, we have made significant changes. In subsequent episodes, we added dialogues between the characters, a radio report and even the voice of the dictator, which made the podcast more lively. We have also included new topics such as biopolitics and the idea of chip tracking citizens. This allowed us to explore issues of control, freedom and ethics of technology, which gave the podcast philosophical depth.
On the technical side, we have done a lot of work on the sound. Volume imbalances between voices, music and effects have been eliminated. The transitions between the lines became smooth due to the addition of natural pauses. We also reduced the speed of speech at key points to make it easier for listeners to follow the plot. In addition, the voices of the characters became more distinguishable due to changes in intonation and timbres, which eliminated confusion. These changes have allowed us to transform our podcast from a simple story into a rich and dynamic project with deep meaning that not only informs but also holds the attention of listeners throughout the episodes.
Working on our podcast was a real step towards professionalism in content creation. The creation process has become not only creative for us, but also education. We have achieved several significant results that have made our podcast high quality, exciting, and in-depth. We also learned some important lessons that helped us develop and improve the project. The first conclusion is the importance of feedback. Feedback from listeners has become a key tool for improvement. We realize that it is important not only to tell a story, but also to adapt it to the needs of the audience.
The second conclusion is the importance of technical details. Working on the sound turned out to be difficult but necessary. We learned how to adjust the volume and the natural pauses and work on intonation so that the voices of the characters sound distinguishable.
The third conclusion is the power of the variety of formats. We realized that using different forms of storytelling makes the podcast more fun. Dialogues, radio reports, dramatic scenes, all these elements help to make the episode intense as well as better convey key ideas.
The fourth conclusion is the integration of deep topics. Complex philosophical concepts such as biopolitics and control through the technology can be made accessible and interesting if they are properly integrated into the plot.
The fifth conclusion is the value of teamwork. The process of planning, assigning roles, and working together on each episode has taught us discipline and responsibility. We realized that the success of the project depends on the coordinated efforts of the entire team, where each participant makes a unique contribution.
As a result, our podcast turned from a simple idea into a professionally developed project. We have learned how to work effectively with the material and adapt it to the audience. These achievements and conclusions will be an important experience for us, which we will use in future projects.
Our project has become for us not just an experiment, but an opportunity to immerse ourselves in complex topics, learn new things, and create a product that we are proud of. Our podcast is more than just a story. This is an innovation to dialogue, to discuss issues of freedom, control, and technological change. We hope that it will inspire listeners to think about how they see our future. Thank you for watching our video.